think I'm live. Good afternoon, everyone. Happy New Year. It is
approaching a railroad crossing.
Whoops, that's going to be a problem, huh? Hope you guys are doing well. Just thought I would come on really quick and do a live stream and try out this new phone mount that I got. This is not my camera that I showed you guys in one of my previous videos. This is actually a phone mount I got for the car. So I actually have the phone or the video mounted as well. So yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. If you can hear me, let me know. Hit the like button, all the good things, and just do a little bit of a driving video. And I just wanted to test out how this mount works. It's a little bouncy, it looks like, a little shaky, or a lot, depending on if I hit a bump. What can you do? Woke up this morning and it was about 13, 14, 15 below zero. It is warmed up to a balmy 8 below zero. And tomorrow we should wake up to about 20 below zero. So we are in some cool weather. And that's what happens when you live in Minnesota. That's what happens when it's January. And I'm sure it won't be the last. So let me know what you guys are up to. Hope everyone had a great New Year's Eve. I was watching some stand-up comedy with my wife. We were home alone, which was nice. And I fell asleep about 9:30, 9:40, and then held out as long as I could till about 10:20, and that was it. I surrendered and I went to bed. But the good thing is we're making ice for ice fishing for all the ice fishermen who want to be able to drive out on the lake like myself over the next couple days. I went over and checked it out earlier. There was nobody out there. I shouldn't say nobody out there. There was a couple pop-up huts, and that was about it. Didn't see a whole lot of people. Definitely didn't see any cars. Didn't see any four-wheelers. Nothing. But the next week or so, we have several chances of very, very cold weather. That should help make enough ice that we can get out and drive and all that good stuff. So anyways, just cruising out here in the country. And like I said, if you just joined, I'm trying out a new phone mount, which is a little bouncier than I would like it to be. There's a cool old church out here out west of town. I'll show you guys. I love old church buildings. I've actually thought about doing a separate YouTube channel, which I think would be a really cool idea. I don't know if anyone would watch it, but I've thought about doing another old church building tour type of channel. I thought that would be pretty cool. Out here in Minnesota, one of the things that you'll notice, and there's several churches on this road in the country, is that I'm going to slow down here when I get closer. What you'll find is that the churches out here typically in the country have a church building, a baseball field, and a bar. Go figure. That's rural Minnesota for you. So a church building, I don't know if you can see the steeple just to the left, top right or top left of the road coming up. Oh, and a cemetery. So in this case, the bar and the baseball field are across the street from the church and the cemetery. And so in a minute I'll show it to you here. So there's the lights over to the right of the baseball field. If you see that right over here, my other camera got in the way. That's the baseball field. And these are sprinkled all over rural Minnesota. So there's the baseball field. On the left, across the street, is the church. You can see the steeple there. Slow down a little. And then right over there to the right is the bar. And that's very, very common here. I'll turn left here so then you can see the cemetery. And there is the cemetery. And in the back here, there's a little school building. Not sure if you can see that. But that gives you a little glimpse into small town Minnesota. And if you were to drive through the back roads of the country, you'd see those everywhere. In fact, I don't remember if it's on this road or one road over. There's actually another church. I don't know if they have a baseball field though. They might. So the church that I pastor does not have a cemetery, does not have a baseball field, and does not have a bar. But that is what it is. Ours is a lot newer than a lot of these. A lot of these churches have been around forever. Well, for a long time. Let's put it that way. Look at this big red barn here that this guy put on his house. It's like twice as big as his house. Crazy. I'm not even joking when I say it's twice as big. This is a little, I think this dirt road connects to the other church I was going to show you guys. It might get a little bumpy here. I'm leaving the pavement. So yeah, this is pretty much my stomping ground. I love this area. Even when it's 9 below or 15 below or 20 below. Plenty of ways to stay warm in the winter. There's a big old farm up here on the left. Big old farm. A lot of these are starting to go up for sale because I think a lot of the farmers are retiring or have passed away. So there's a huge shift happening. And my understanding is there's not a lot of younger people wanting to get into farming. So it's kind of a challenge. I was going to say crisis. I don't know if it's a crisis, but it's a challenge. Look at these. It's off camera. Cows outside, 9 below. They don't care. This is where I would love to own some property someday. Out here in the country. You can go down a lot of these back roads and basically, I mean, nowadays with Google Maps and everything, you wouldn't really get lost, but you could get lost just driving around all these back roads. Another big farm here. So much history out here. I don't know if you ever watched the show American Pickers. If you ever watched the show American Pickers, I don't know that they still make new episodes, but this is what it makes me think of. Another barn, or farm I should say. I'd love to have some property that had, I don't need a big house, but I'd like to have more property than house. And if it had a couple buildings on it that were heated, like a shop or something like that, I think that'd be pretty cool. A guy can dream. So there's another cemetery coming up here, but evidently not a church. I thought the church was right next to it, but maybe not. You guys ever get antsy to just get out and drive around, see what you see? That's what I'm doing today. Get cabin fever. Oh, just dropped to 10 below. Okay, so there is the cemetery, and there is the church up on the left. I mean, I can make several videos within 20 miles of my church. Oh, now this one has a park, which is kind of cool, and a shelter. I don't see a baseball field. And then, I don't know if this is part of the church or not. Look at that old church building. Isn't that awesome? So cool. And I am going to stay off the pavement. What do you think about that? This one says it was established in 1913. So, what? That was over 100 years ago. This has a for sale sign. Looks like another little farm. It's funny because then you see these new houses that are popping up everywhere. Right next to the old farmhouses. Man, I'm kind of disappointed that this mount is as shaky as it is. It's attached to my windshield. I don't know if that's the problem, or if I need to get like a GoPro with some sort of stability. If you know what to get a better video quality than this, let me know. I would greatly appreciate it. See these evergreens here? I love that. I love evergreens. I wish those were full of snow. Man, they got a ton of them on their property. So, if you've watched, I don't know, I have a video on here on my channel from me snowmobiling. So, there's a lot of trails out here. What the heck was that? I got distracted. There was something. You guys see that? I'm gonna back up because there's nobody behind me. What in the world was that? It's a something dead down there. What in the world? Can you guys see that down in the right bottom of the screen? That's a dead something. Holy smokes. I have no idea what... Unless someone skinned a deer and just threw the skin in there. It didn't look like the whole thing was there anymore, though. That was bizarre. Anyways, I was talking about snowmobiling. There's tons of trails out here through these fields and woods and everything. And one of the craziest snowmobiling stories I had was driving along on a trail, and all of a sudden, over in the off the trail to the side a little bit in the brush was a coyote just sitting there staring at me, watching me. That was the most surreal thing. I mean, it was crazy. Obviously I did slow down, not that he would have done anything, but I just kept moving. I think what that was is that somebody must have been deer hunting and cleaned a deer or skinned a deer and then threw that in the wood, in the ditch there. Remember when I said you could get lost out here? I'm not lost, but I'm not sure where I am. I'm not lost, but I'm not sure where I am. The heat in this thing's kind of been coming and going for some reason. And I thought maybe that there was a low level of antifreeze in here, but now I'm wondering if it's like a sensor or something that's no good. Oh no, it's pretty warm right now. Passed another truck. Haven't seen too many people out here. What happens to me in these situations is eventually I drive long enough to figure out where I am. Because I'm going straight east. And I think that just happened. It did. Okay, I know where I am. It's funny how you can go down roads close to your house you've never been by. Have you ever thought about that? Or go to ways to your house or where you live or wherever, down roads, and you're like, I don't know if I've ever been down this road. Back on the pavement. Bummer. Oh, I don't know why my face is, oh, there it is. Oh, it does look like someone commented, Frankfurter. Hey! Thanks for watching. I'm going to stop here and I'll check your comments. I don't know why, but they disappear. Frankfurter said, well, hello there, sorry, caps lock error. It's a deer probably. Yeah, I think that's what it was a deer. It was pretty clean though. So it didn't look like any animals had gotten into it. Happy New Year. Did you have a good year? I did. Very good year. Much better than 2020, I think everyone would agree. And now we're into 22. I'm pretty stoked. I think it's going to be a great year. Excited to...
Approaching a railroad crossing.
Continue to put out videos and hopefully entertain you guys. I'm trying to did you say you're watching from Switzerland? That's awesome. Welcome. I'm trying to put out videos that are a little bit more exciting or interesting or whatever. So I'm not posting as much, but hopefully you'll find it entertaining and you'll stick around. So thanks for subscribing, liking, commenting, all that good stuff. I've also come across coyotes that'll just dart across the road, like in the daytime, and we've even had them on our property, which doesn't happen much. But we have seen them. Looks like I got some more comments. Do we shoot them? I haven't. No, I mean, I think you can, because a lot of times on Facebook, people with, larger properties that want them gone will let people come out and hunt them, because they can be kind of a nuisance, especially for people who have chickens. They'll come in and, kill the chickens. So I haven't shot them. I don't know that I've ever been like hunting in official capacity. I wish I could drive out on the lake today, show you guys out all the ice houses, but it's gonna have to wait a couple weeks. Maybe not a couple weeks, but I walked out there the other day just to check it out, and I probably got, I don't know, a couple 100 yards from shore, and I could see people further out who were ice fishing, and I was like, I think I'm gonna go back in. Well, it turns out there was another person on the lake at the same time as I was and went through, which was scary, but I guess he had a lot of friends with him and got out fairly easily and was able to get home and get warmed up. You don't see people walking like this much on these roads, especially when it's 8, 9, 10 below. Frankfurter said you're lucky you had a snowy Christmas. Actually, what's crazy is we had a huge snowstorm in like the second week of December. Like we had 14 inches of snow. Not sure what that is in centimeters. And then we had one freak day where it was like 60 degrees Fahrenheit and almost all of it melted. And it was actually pretty brown for Christmas. And then the day after Christmas is when we got this snow on the 26th. So it was just enough to make things look white again, which is nice, because it does still have that Christmas feel now. But yeah, I'd love to. I wish we'd get some more. I'm hoping we get more. We will get more. In fact, one of the things I've done on break this week is I was working on my snowmobiles, getting them tuned up, warmed up, ready to go, put new gas in them. So I have 2 old snowmobiles, and so I know we'll get snow, and I know we'll get to go snowmobiling. It's just a matter of when. But right now it's about 3:20, so it's still about a little over an hour till sunset. But not much is moving. I can tell you that much. Another big farm here on the left. Just beautiful country. Wide open spaces. One of the things we see a lot of is turkeys, actually. See a ton of turkeys out here. $9.21 there. Yeah, $9.21. That I'd be just about ready for bed. So if you are on here and someone asked where I was, I am in Minnesota, USA. Home of the Minnesota Vikings. I'm not a Vikings fan. I'm a Bears fan. Born and raised. And they call it Minnesota. Oh, there's someone from the UK as well. Cool. This is another dirt road. I don't know if you can see, but if you look out over the horizon, there's a little elevation right here. You can see out pretty far, which is cool. Little birdhouses there on the right. Anyways, if you're new to my channel, the way I got started with this channel is building out a camper van out of a minivan, and this is my second one. And so a lot of my videos are about that, but I do some other types of videos, but that was what got my van channel started. Maya says, never been in Minnesota, lived in Phoenix for 10 years and 2 in Johnson City, Tennessee. I have not been to Arizona, but I've been to Tennessee plenty of times. I go through Tennessee every year to go to Florida, to the Pensacola area. Yep, I've been to Michigan. I think I've only been to Michigan once. That was back in 2007, maybe. One thing I I'm jealous of other YouTubers is people like Van City Van Life, where they're out somewhere up in Western Canada, I think, British Columbia, and you can go down all those old roads and just camp. We don't have a lot of that here, where there's like public land or now there's a couple state forests in Minnesota that I haven't been to, but I think in those you can camp and park and hang out. I think it's limited to 2 weeks though. One of the things that I was looking up recently is there's a couple of places to camp in a yurt, Y-U-R-T, around here. I've always thought that would be really cool, but the reservations fill up real quick, so you have to do it well in advance. It's almost like an Airbnb. But anyways, hope you guys are doing well. Just thought I'd do a little live stream for you, show you what I'm up to today, where I'm at, what I'm seeing. Thanks so much for following along, and got to check my messages, and